On January 10th, Alabama Judge R. Austin Huffaker Jr. denied 58-year-old Kenneth Smith's defense appeal to stop the execution. Smith, sentenced to death in Alabama, killed a woman in March 1998, allegedly at the behest of her husband, a pastor who later committed suicide. On November 17, 2022, Smith survived an attempted execution by lethal injection, during which he was strapped to a gurney for over an hour. The defense argues that he suffered physical and psychological pain, developing post-traumatic stress disorder. The defense also alleges that Smith is being subjected to a new experimental method as a guinea pig. Brian Stevenson, executive director of the nonprofit Equal Justice Initiative, criticized Alabama's plans to retry the execution after the initial failure. Both Amnesty International and the defense highlight that Smith was acquitted by 11 votes to 1 in a popular jury, but the sentence was later overturned by the courts. Faced with difficulties in finding drugs for lethal injections, some states are looking for new methods of execution. Alabama considers execution by nitrogen hypoxia. This method would force the detainee to breathe pure nitrogen, depriving him of oxygen to maintain bodily functions. Nitrogen gas, colorless and odorless, makes up 78% of the air inhaled by humans. The theory behind nitrogen hypoxia is that changing to 100% nitrogen will cause the inmate to lose consciousness and die from lack of oxygen. The state of Alabama plans to use a Type C air respirator over Smith's face before administering nitrogen for at least 15 minutes. The defense argues that this method exposes him to prolonged execution and could leave him in a vegetative state. UN experts warned that execution by nitrogen asphyxiation would violate the ban on torture and cruel punishment. The method, considered acceptable for pigs under certain conditions, is not recommended for other mammals by the American Veterinary Medical Association. The execution could be taken to the U.S. Supreme Court, depending on the decision of the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals.